Shalom Akim, Shalom Yasharallah. First off, I'd like to say, Kal Halal Yim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Natan Mashana Kabad, La Haza Kwanyim, Shal Yasharallah, Wa Shalawam, Wa Ahabla Bakayar, Shal Yasharallah. I'm going to be going about the end of the world, man. And for these men at Great Millstone, they know who the end of the world is, right? We don't know when, not when the world is going to end, but we know who it's going to end through. So I'm going to start it off with Genesis 25, verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob. Right? And those are the twin brothers. Right? Esau came first, and then came Jacob holding on by the heel. So immediately after Esau was Jacob. And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that the same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?" You know, he's carnal, man. And you can tell Esau's carnal, right? You have all these things stored up for you, you know, spiritually, and he's dying in the flesh. And he said, what good is it for me if I'm gonna, you know, leave this world? Because he was so tied to the world. And just like you see in Genesis 25, we will see in the end times, man. In the end times, Esau is going to be giving up everything he has spiritually just to be fleshly alive, man. You know, in the end times, we know that the food is going to be scarce, right? Everything is going to be hard to come by. There's going to be earthquakes. There's going to be fear and trembling, man, because they know that Yahweh is coming. And Esau has but a little bit of time left, man, that devil. So he's going to sell out. He's going to sell out whenever all these calamities happen. He's going to be selling out just so he can get a little bit of food in his mouth, man, because he's so carnal. And so are these 2/3 with this spirit of an Edomite, man. With that same spirit, they're going to be selling out. And read that again. And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die." Right? What is death to everlasting life, man? But you people are unfaithful and unbelieving. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day." And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Right? Esau despised his birthright, man, just because he was to the point to die. You know? So from there, let's continue in Deuteronomy. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, and the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass, because I will publish the name of Yahweh. Ascribe ye greatness unto your God, right? And who is our God? That's Yahweh, right? And who is he the God of? He's the God of everything, man. God of the hosts, right? He's the Lord of hosts. He's the Father of lights. He is the rock. His work is perfect. All his work is perfect, man. We may not see it through our eyes, you know, but when you spiritually look at look at things, you can see how perfect Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is. You can see his work and how well it's played out. For all his ways are judgment. And that's beautiful, man. When you judge every move you make, you know, me as a person, if you judge every move you make, man, and you analyze everything you do, and you choose the right path every time, man, you're gonna be an upright person, right? Following the laws, statutes, and commandments. And Yahweh, and how much more Yahweh, man? You know, all his ways are judgment. All his ways, man. So he's perfect. A God of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he. So for all you thinking that it's going to be unfair when Yahweh Shai comes back and he starts slaying people, and really it's not unfair, man. It's really not, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has forewarned the whole earth, man. All four corners of the earth. The north, the south, the east, the west. He has warned all four corners of the earth. And how? By the way of the prophets, man. These men at Great Millstone. Right? There's men in Jamaica, South America, Central America, so-called, North America, over there in Europe, and there might even be brothers in Asia that we don't even know about, spreading this truth. And how do we know that these men are Israel? Through your DNA test, man. And that DNA test is receiving the Spirit, receiving this truth, doing the work. That's your DNA test. That's how you can tell when somebody's Israel and when somebody's not Israel, man. Because even people, Judites that are Israel, they fall out of the truth. Those were given away to their own vanities, man. So we know that this pertains to Israel. So let me read verse 4 again. He is the rock. His work is perfect. For all his ways are judgment. A God of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. Right? We're supposed to be the children of the Most High. But because you don't sit where you're supposed to be seated, you're not placed where you're supposed to be placed. Man, you wandered off and started worshiping other gods, man. This Caesar Borgia that a lot of these Edomites, these heathen, that a lot of these 2/3 are worshiping. Jesus Cristo. You know? That Caesar Borgia image is what they worship, man. They don't worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They don't worship the truth. And that's in these last days, that's when the true worshipers in truth and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to appear. And that's what we see with these men out in the highways and the hedges, man. These men doing the work. And those are the men from Great Millstone. So continuing, they have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and crooked generation. Y'all are a bunch of liars, man. Deceivers, false prophets. You know, and that's exactly what Israel has become. And not just Israel. So have these heathen deceiving the people through the media, you know. And the media, they also like to push the white Jesus, right? This Edomite Caesar Borgia. So continuing, do ye thus requite Yahweh, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that hath brought thee, that hath bought thee? He bought you, man. We belong to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Through the price of Yahweh Shai being crucified, man. So how are we going to try and be better? Say that we're better. Follow whoever we want. That's not right, man. Hath he not made thee and established thee? Everything you have, man, is because of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Everything in this earth, you want to boldly say that you rule this earth. You want to boldly say that you're king of this and that. Right? That's how our people is, man. That's how they are. And that's how these heathen are too. They're very proud and arrogant. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father Salakia, and he will shew thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. And who are our fathers, our mothers, our brothers, and our sisters, man? Our elders. The ones doing the truth, doing the work. Right? These men at Great Millstone. When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam. It's talking about the lineage, man. The sons of Adam. Right? It's not talking about these fallen, so-called fallen angels. The Bible never says fallen angels, man. That's just something that people were deceived by, and now that's what they go with. Just like the book of Enoch, how he talked about there were some, like the Israelites were white people. You know, they were given the looks of being white, that they looked like the angels, like if the angels looked white. That's just New Age philosophy, man. That the angels are white with blonde hair. That's just what they're looked as, man. Continuing, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For Yahweh's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Man, plain and simple right there. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, man. He found him in a desert land and in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye. And that's also what we see now with these men, these elders of a Great Millstone, man. We're being led by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai out of this wilderness, man. This place is wild. This place is crazy. And he's instructing us to do the commandments, man. It's a commandment. It's commanded of us. It's commanded of Israel to do the commandments. The laws, statutes, and commandments. Also going out to the highways and the hedges, man. That's commanded of us. As an eagle stirreth up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings. So Yahweh alone did lead him, and there was no strange god with him. Right? That's being a virgin, man. When you don't worship any other gods but Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Those are those virgins that Revelation speaks of, man. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the field. And he made him to suck honey out of the rock and out of the oil of the flinty rock. butter of kine and of milk of sheep, with fat of lambs and rams of bread of Bashan, and goats, with the fat of kidneys of wheat, and thou didst drink the pure blood of the grape. And here it goes into our people. But Jeshurun waxed fat. Now let's go into that word. Jeshurun, upright one, a symbolic name of Israel describing her ideal character, man. We are the upright people, but guess what? But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook God which made him, man. You guys are greedy. You guys are greedy, man. And then you forsake the God that made you. You guys don't worship Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. And you provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. How do you think he's going to feel when it describes him with woolly hair, dark skin, you know, with red eyes because he's angry? How do you think he feels when you worship that Edomite Caesar Borgia with the white skin, golden hair, blue eyes? Man, it's the exact opposite of what the scriptures tell you. But you guys want to worship him. How do you think Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to feel when he comes back? He ain't going to come back to tell you, because he's been telling you through these men out here in the highways and the hedges. They sacrificed unto devils, not to God, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Also, these heathen, man, that's whom ye worship, right? That Caesar Borgia. Your fathers didn't know that. They didn't know who he was. That's a newly made character, man. This white Jesus that this world likes to say is the Messiah. You know? So continuing, of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten God that formed thee. And when Yahweh saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters, man. That's his children, the Israelites. Those are whom he is speaking of, man. The Israelites. You know, so he's going to come back and he's going to destroy, man. So let's go to 2nd Esdras 6. And I'll start off at verse 1. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys of Sion were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. Right? Let me read that last part again. Before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. And that's these men at Great Millstone, man. That's these men at Great Millstone gathering that faith, man. They're gathering that body for that treasure, that hidden treasure in heaven, man. That hidden treasure that's going to come down here on earth. And that's going to be our new kingdom, man. That's going to be Jacob. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. Right? They were all made by Yahweh, by none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. So everything is influenced by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. Everything is influenced by him. You know? Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first? Who is the first? Well, we just read it in Genesis. We read who that first man was, right? The older brother, the one that came dying from the wilderness and gave away his birthright because he was the first. Who did he give it to? To Jacob. Let me read that again. Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So if Esau is the end of the world, and we know that we're in the times of revelations, like everybody can see it. Everybody can see that we're in the times of revelations, man, because these things are being revealed unto us. These men, these prophets of Great Millstone. It is a time of revelation. Things are being revealed. So who is currently on top of the world? Esau, man. These men that are printing out this money. These men that own most of America. Really all of America. They own everything with their money. The oil industry belongs to them. Anything that makes money belongs to them. And that is Esau. Esau is the end of the world, and that's what we see, man. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So how can you say if Jacob is Israel, how can you say that the other nations are going to inherit heaven, the kingdom? They're not, man. The hand of a man is betwixt the heel of the hand. The other questions, Esdras asked thou not. So plain and simple, it was given to you like that, man. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So let me go to Romans 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. For that same reason that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai knows, man. They know everything. Yahweh knows everything, man. He's perfect. Even Yahushai humbled himself when they called him good master. And he said, why callest thou me good when there is only one good? And that is God. That's Yahweh, man. Right? So also talking about the sons. Who are the sons? Who are the sons of Yahweh? It's in Luke. Let me see. Adam, which is the son of... Okay. It's in Luke 3:38. Which was the son of Enos, right? It's talking about the lineage of Yahushai. Which was the son of Enos. Which was the son of Seth, right? The seventh. Which was the son of Adam. Which was the son of God. Also, we go to Genesis 6. It was verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And that's what we're not supposed to be taking strange wives, man. We're supposed to be keeping to Israel, not strange wives. And it verifies that on verse 4, there were giants in the earth in those days. And it's not talking about men that are 30, 40, 50 feet long, tall. There are tall men, you know, like there was a man that one of David's men slew, and he was like 7 foot 5. That's a very tall man. But that's not what it's talking about when it says giants. And also after that, when the sons of God, we just read who the sons of God were, came into the daughters of men, right? These strange women. And they bear children to them, the same became mighty men. So those giants are actually mighty men, which were of old men of renown. And same as those days, and Yahweh saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth. And that's exactly what's going on right now. The wickedness is great in this earth, man. And that every imagination of the thought of the heart, right, the mind, the brain, was only evil continually. And that's what we see with these people, man. They like to preach about love, love, love. But where is that love about the scriptures, man? They want to love their lusts, right? They want to love their own doctrine. They don't want to love Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. They don't want to keep those commandments. It's grievous to them, man. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahweh, and these end times are going to be like the time of Noah. So only a few selected people are going to be seeing grace. Only Yahweh is going to see grace in those men, and he's going to save those men. But everybody else, he's coming down to destroy, man. So for these men at Great Millstone, stay strong, man. Just keep going, keep fighting in this faith, because this is true. This is real life, man. So with that, I want to say Shalom Akim, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash, Barakatah Akim. Shalom.